back in, you'll be able to change it. Assuming there's not an issue with somebody on the track. If any of you boys are in and couldn't get on the track, is that a case for anyone at all? Okay, so it should be okay once Slick's set the joint. Higgums, man, off the track, that's it. I don't think we're starting anything just yet, because...
Oh no, sorry, I thought you said check to see if you could join. Right,
so Slick, you're on the track, jump off, you can get on.
Oh no, it's not letting me do anything. I think I just set up another room.
No, that's fine. Everybody just refreshes the room. It's been open 2.5 hours. We've had lots of people join and leave. And we've had Mario struggling to get in, so...
Let me open up another lobby.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. Right, during the race, boys, literally, on your left, sorry, and go by. If you want to let someone go by for any particular reason, just go by. And as said before, nobody on the track. If you hit someone because you've made a mistake, let them back through. Gentlemen racing, let's keep it clean, but keep it competitive, yeah? Oh, that's the last thing I need is a wasp flying around the face in the middle of the fucking road. I'm not bothered about wasp stings, I'm not allergic to them, but I don't fucking like them.
Right, lobby's up. Please enter the lobby, but don't go on track.
Yeah, don't go on track, because you set it up for the thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Tim, you almost ready? Oh, alright.
Excellent.
You sharing us? You sharing our voices? We've got to keep you clean.
Ah, mine's on again.
It's cool. Feast your eyes on the prize, living in city lights. You're out in front of the race, but you can't cross that finish line. Roving through the noise, the dial never sways. If your life is beating you, you have got to change your game. Roll on through the mountains and kiss the golden sky. Ride into the sunset, find your peace of mind. It's cool. It's cool. Cooler in the canyon. Feast your eyes on the prize of living in city lights. You're out in front of the race, but you can't cross that finish line. Roving through the noise, the dial never sways. If your life is beating you, you have got to change your game. Roll on through the mountains and kiss the golden sky. Ride into the sunset, find your peace of mind. It's cool. Cooler in the canyon. It's cool. Cooler in the canyon. It's a broken record love song when you don't know where to start. If you're searching for a sign, take a listen to your heart. Roll on through the mountains and kiss the golden sky. Ride into the sunset, find a peace of mind. It's cool. Cooler in the canyon. It's cool. Cooler in the canyon. Roll on through the mountains and kiss the golden sky. Ride into the sunset, find your peace of mind. It's cool. Cooler in the canyon. It's cool.
Can you hear me now? Hey, there we go. Alright, so now we have the audio fixed. Let's do this all over again. Nolander, my man, how you doing, brother? We see you. We did notice you. We coming in with that like and that shirt about 8 minutes ago. We appreciate you. So quality's going to be starting here right away. You can see the drivers are starting to tick into the track here. So we do have qualifying underway finally. Alright, so we're going to have a qualifier, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're going to move directly into the race from the qualifier as long as everything goes well. Now, we had some difficulties having one of the drivers getting into the lobby here, so the officials were giving that driver the time to get that sorted and get into the lobby, and he has gotten into the lobby. So we're going to have 14 drivers on track here today. This is the fullest we've seen the Silvia grid all season long, and perfect timing as it's finale night. So we are crowning our champion here tonight. And what does the champion get out of the series here? Well, the champion gets bragging rights. They get archived into the All-Star, or the Hall of Fame, so to speak, in the Discord server over the GTRC, and they get recognition for their achievement. The mini-series, that's just the way it goes. You know, it's only a 5 or 6 race series, so there's not a lot on the line. It's just to keep the drivers on track. It's a good way to get new drivers to get interested, come in, jump on track, show your pace, show your skills, show your craft. And that allows these guys to determine better for their major championship series that run, of course, 10, 15 week long racing events. So there's some new things coming from the GTRC here in the future as well at the end of these current championships. So you guys are going to definitely have to stay tuned for that. Stay tuned to the socials, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff, where everything, the Discord servers, as of course those announcements will start to drop in due time when they're ready to make those announcements. And we're not saying anything about what's going to be happening here. That's not my job. We'll leave that up to our staff over at the GTRC to determine when is the right time and how we're going to make those announcements. So, but what we can tell you is this is the final of the the GT4 Silvia Championship. From here, there's going to be a 1 or 2 week break. They're developing another mini championship series to run alongside the current running GT3 championships. So that will be opening up for registration within the next couple weeks. That much we can tell you. What the series is, I don't know. We're all just going to have to wait and find out. But it will be live broadcast by GT45 Gaming. So and there is that to keep in mind too if you're looking for races. These are all live broadcast over here at the GTRC. And it's an absolute honor and privilege to be able to work with this community. So and we see lots of new names in the track here today. We love to see it. So let's get up to our first guy out, which is Doug. Doug's usually the first guy out. He went back to his original livery, even though I told him he didn't have to. So we just got the smallest margin of rubber banding today in spectator mode, so not bad. It should provide for a good broadcast at least. It's not anything that's other going on, and it's just the way the game is. Slowly but surely, they're ironing these things out. They are slightly getting better and better with each update, even though it doesn't seem like it sometimes, because it seems like every time we update here on GT7, the game goes downhill for about 10 days, and then it seems to sort itself out again. So we're at about that point in time where it's been about 10 days since the most recent update. Lobbies seem to be settling back down a little bit. I apologize, we're just finishing up our coffee here from the morning, so gotta get the Java in. Alright, so we gotta get some information on for you guys here. Let's get that off, turn that on. Alright, so currently Eber's sitting on pole position, 7/10 ahead of second place Doug. And Supra sitting in P3, just got overtaken by Pidgems there. So TPC Pidgems new driver here today. And we got Keytops in 6th, we've got Type R in 7th, we got Anto in 8th, Trone in 9th, Ben in 10th, Happy Pappy just jumping up into 8th place there. So Throne in 10th now. Ben down to 11th. And we got Unseen Throne, who we saw last week, in 12th. And Monkey Mafia just jumped up somewhere in the middle of the field there. So you can see we're well underway now here in qualifying. As the times are starting to come in, we got a 1:56.798 there by Ibra, so that's a pretty legit quick time for a GT4 car around Daytona here, ladies and gentlemen. And we don't have the game sound on as of yet. I know, we're still sorting out our issues. We've had really severe thunderstorms roll through the area over the last 3 days, and they have wreaked havoc on my equipment. That's why we didn't stream last night, just to protect the equipment. So we had a thunderstorm knock the power out on my equipment during a broadcast last week, and it really messed up some stuff. So we had to make sure we took due care. There we go. You should have your audio back now for the game as well. So yeah, with that being said, yeah, you know, it is what it is. We typically don't get thunderstorms like that where I live, but we got pounded the last 3 days, and it's due to the extreme heat we've been having over the last 3 weeks. So one comes with the other. So we do have Hair Razor now up into P3 here as well. Pigeon's down into 4, Super 5th, Key in 6th. Key just grabbing P3 there as he came across the line, actually. Ben grabbing P3 there as well as he just came across the line. So you can definitely see these guys are very close on pace. We got Doug now up in provisional pole here. He grabbed 2/10 on Ibra. Ibra sitting less than half a tenth from Ben. Ben sitting 4/10 from Key. Key's 2/10 from Pigeons. Pigeons is 4/10 from Hair Razor. And then this is starting to split a little bit here, but we're going to see good racing here. We got 13 drivers on track, so one of our drivers indeed is having issues getting into the lobby today. I think he's decided just to give up on it, and race is going to continue here. So we got Madam Mal coming in with the like and the share. We got Aaron coming in with that like as well. How are we all doing today? How is everybody doing today? Hope we're all rocking, enjoying the weather, having a fine weekend. And we got Doug purple right now too as well. So Doug with a 156.6. Eber chasing. We got Ben, ooh, getting really, really wide in the corner there. So that's going to be a chalk lap for Ben, unfortunately. Key, he's got the old 31 Exalt of the NASCAR liveries going here. We got Pigeons here. Tron Kobe in 9th place. We got Supra in 10th. We got Type R in 11th. I was having an epiphany, a deep thought there for a second, Chad. Not an epiphany, just a deep thought there for a second. I kind of lost my train of process here. And Monkey Mafia back in P13 here. A little uncharacteristic for Monkey Mafia. I'm definitely, I think he's just made a couple of mistakes, or maybe he hasn't gotten quite enough practice in for the race, but we know he's got pace, so a little uncharacteristic there from Monkey Mafia in 13th currently, but could be playing a little bit of possum, could be playing coy a little bit. And Ibra coming back around now in P1, taking that back from Doug. So Doug dropping back down into P2, and Ibra dropped that down into the 156.1 there, so almost a 155 lap from Ibra. So Doug's going to have to pick it up here if he wants to get that pole position. We got Pigeons now up into P3. We got Ben in 4, Key in 5, Super in 6, Hair Razor in 7th. We got Tron in 8th. We got Anto in 9th. Unseen Throne in 10th. We got Type R in 11th. We got Happy Pappy in 12th. And Monkey Mafia rounding on our field here today in 13th. So almost a full field today. And that's what we like to see. We like to see full fields. So we're gonna stay out in the TV cameras though. Because if I don't, we want the race to start in this view, so we're going to have to stay in this view through qualifying, because whatever view it is that I leave the cars in or the camera angles in before the race starts will be the view that we'll be stuck with in the race until one driver completes a pit stop. And then once that first pit stop is made, then we'll have full control of all our cameras again. Again, it's just, you know, we got to work around what the game's providing us for the time being, and so that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. But Ibra's looking strong here today in these Silvias. Doug is our current championship leader coming into our finale here, and we'll bring that stuff up for you guys here in a little bit. I believe we're at the end of qualifying here. This is either going to be their penultimate or their final qualifying lap here. And we're definitely gonna see a couple of things in this race. We're gonna see some pack racing in this race, and we're gonna see groups of cars that are sticking together here. Slipstreaming and bump drafting is definitely going to be a very big role in how people's races are going to go here today. You're definitely going to want a drafting partner, a racing buddy, so to speak, in this race today if you want to really maintain any kind of pace with the group up in front of you. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of plays out in this race after race start. Do the drivers just battle for position and just try to drive around on their own, or are these guys going to have that teamwork mentality here at Daytona? As obviously this is a super high speed long course for the most part. You have half of the track as the typical Daytona high speed oval, and then you've got that technical infield sector which we see Ibra coming into here right now. And it's not the easiest sector in the world. If you get it wrong, it costs you a ton of time, but man oh man, if you get it right, you can fly. So you can see all the drivers here are are just parking it, which means that these guys have finished their laps. So let's go see where we're at here. We got Ibra in 1, Doug in 2, Pigeons in 3, with Monkey Mafia, as I said, just playing a little bit of possum. He's going to come up into P4 there. We got Ben in P5, we got Key in 6, we got Super in 7th, we've got Hairraiser in 8th, we've got Tron in 9th, we've got Type R, I believe it was, in 10th there. Unseen Throne, sorry. So Anto in 11th, Type R in 12th, and Happy rounding out our field here. So let's get back on with our race leader as we wait for the race start here, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Kick them tires, light them fires. It's time to go racing. We got 2 reds, 3, 4, 5, and we're green. And for some reason, again, it did it to us. So we're gonna do it this way. Alright, so the race is off. Ibra gets off to a good start. Now, we're going to see these guys probably stick together for the first couple of laps here. It all depends on how everybody navigates this first corner. We got a couple guys 3 wide. Everybody navigating carefully here. Great job by everybody actually getting through that first corner there. Not easy to do on race start. Cold tires and all that thing that comes into play here. So we are on board with our current race leader, Ibra, who did start on pole. You see Doug in 2nd just behind there. You got Pigeons in 3rd, Ben in 4th, Monkey in 5th, Key in 6th, Super in 7th, and Hairraiser in 8th. For the most part, the grid has pretty much just stayed as it started. So, great race start. We're really frustrated about the camera angles here in GT7 as a commentator right now. They really need to start giving us what we need here to really start cranking out some top quality stuff here again. But you see Doug a little bit under pressure here by this mid-pack. So Ibra, very early on, he's just trying to drive away here. You can see him, he's trying to stick into that high line a little bit around this course, trying to keep the corner as straight as possible in a sense. But Doug's going to gain on him here. As you can see, Doug's already gaining on him. He's in the slipstream here. So again, we're going to see a lot of this throughout the race here. It's going to be much of a slipstream battle. So keep moving through our field here. 3rd place, we're on board with Ben here. Now we're coming through the bus stop. You're going to see drivers lose time here, and you're going to see drivers gain time here. It all depends on entry and exit in through the bus stop there. It really does make or break your lap here at Daytona as well. So you can see Ben took that really well, but you can also see Pigeons and Monkey Mafia in behind gaining a little bit of time back up on these guys. So what we expected to see here is what we are seeing here. We're seeing these guys just bump drafting, slipstreaming, because if you don't, you're just going to lose the pack in front of you, and it's race over essentially for you. So we're going to see a lot of teamwork here, I think, today as the race progresses. So details for the race, folks. Drivers are required to use racing medium tire. It is the only tire available for the series, so the drivers are only allowed to use the racing medium. There's no pit window, so these drivers can stop whenever it is that they choose to change tires. There is no mandatory amount of tires to be used. These guys have unlimited rubber at their disposal. Jason, hey, how you doing, my man? How's it going? The fuel is 3 times consumption, and the tire wear is also 3 times. So every time these guys go around Daytona here today, they're using 3 laps of fuel and tire wear per lap of racing. So essentially that's turning this 1-hour endurance race into a 3-hour endurance race is basically what we're talking about when we say fuel and tire multipliers. So we're going to probably see a one-stop race here if I had to guess. That's typically what we've been seeing here all season long out of the Silvia Championship is about midway through the race we see these drivers start that round of pit stops. So really going to come down to driver skill and not making too many mistakes here at Daytona today, because the mistakes really are going to be crucial to the success of the racers here. And you can see Doug's gotten around Ibra here, and again, that's just a slipstream thing, you know. But Doug isn't happy unless he's in the front. So whether or not Doug should or shouldn't make a move, he just wants to be in the front. So Ibra's a much more calculated race car driver. You'll see him just be a lot more patient than, say, somebody who's like Doug, who wants to lead the pace all the time. But you know, not realizing when you're leading the pace, you're punching a hole in the air, and you're doing all the work, and the driver behind can literally just sit behind you, save fuel and save tires. You've given the driver behind you an advantage. So in a situation like today here on Daytona, leading the race isn't actually necessarily the best place to be here. We got Pidgeons in P3, and I mean, we're going to see this all day long. You know, we're going to see close pack racing. Your Monkey Mafia's now moved up into P4 here as well, so he's found his way around to Key, and he took a look inside there. He might get the job done here as we look over here. You can just see the nose of that car. Oh, is he going to get edged? He's still got that inside track here, so no, he does. He just gets edged out there a little bit by Pidgeon. So Pidgeon's doing a great job defending here right now against Monkey Mafia. Monkey Mafia putting all kinds of pressure on him here, but right now these guys really don't want to battle too much. The more they battle, the more chance they're giving themselves of losing these two guys right here. And oh, Monkey Mafia going with a bold move, but it doesn't pay off for him as he goes wide. Cutback done by Pidgeons. Great job by Pidgeons there. And now Key's going to get the job done here on Monkey Mafia as well. So Monkey Mafia took the move there, and it just didn't pay off for him. He actually drops a spot instead of gaining a spot. So down to 5th place goes Monkey. So Monkey Mafia, no big deal. Regroup and wait for another opportunity. Race on. He's still right there with these guys, again, in that slipstream. So we're going to see pack racing all day long here. Ooh, and not the greatest exit there from Ben coming out of the bus stop. So I do suspect that we had a little bit of contact up in front there too as well. Looks like everybody's okay there, but thankfully for Ben, he's got a little bit of separation from Supra here in 7th place. So Supra's also much the same. He's kind of alone right now, and that's not where you want to be at Daytona. You don't want to really be racing alone. You want somebody to be there pushing you, or you want to be in somebody's slipstream. We got a penalty here for unseen, so that's really unfortunate. He's going to serve that there. Going to lose 2 positions to Anto and Hair Razor there, as we just seen. So dropping down to P10, but we got Hair Razor and Anto kind of having a battle coming into the first corner here, so let's get on board with that. As this battle's brewing here, and Anto's just doing a really good job at just holding on to that corner there. I don't think he maybe wanted to try and make a move there. I think that was more of a just keep the car on the racetrack coming into the corner here, and we'll wait for a better time to hopefully catch up to the driver in front, which is Hair Razor right now. And you can see these guys are starting to close up. You can see just in behind in the right-hand mirror there, you can also see Unseen Throne is still on the back end of this here too. So they've had to serve that penalty, but he's still on the back of these guys. We got Tron in 11th here, and Tron's just he's just trying to catch up to these guys. He's pushing a little bit right now to get up into the slipstream here of this pack, and then we'll see what he does from there. We got Type R here, he's just on the back of Tron, and then we got Happy, who's just on the back. So, I mean, with a little bit of separation from 7th to 8th place, the rest of the field is all right there. A little bit of a mistake by Type R. Happy having to do a little bit of an evasive maneuver there, and that may actually pick him up a half-second penalty, unfortunately. We'll have to see what happens there. Looks like he got away with it. So, great job by Pappy there. Great racing awareness and avoiding the collision there. I know, I don't, we want the TV cameras, I understand, ladies and gentlemen. Vic coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love, everybody. We appreciate all the support, as always, here. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. We are also here on the GTRC, so don't be shy if you guys are tuning in at the GTRC. We see you there too, everybody. Unfortunately for us, we don't have the great camera angle yet. There we go. We got a nice little battle here between Anto and Unseen Throne here, so at least we have a little bit of camera control in a sense where we can change the angle of what we're looking at a little bit from these camera angles, so at least we have a little bit of work we can do there. And you can see Unseen Throne slingshot engaged there. I think Anto had a penalty there as he really dropped off quick. So You can see Anto's about to lose another position to Trone here as Trone gets around coming into the corner as well. Ooh, that was very close. Anto got a little bit wide there, and if Trone was any slower, he might have actually got clipped. So that was really, really fortunate for Trone Kobe there, as Anto made a little bit of a braking error coming into T1 there and almost clipped the back end of Trone there. So sometimes luck plays a large part of racing here, and Trone got very fortunate there as Anto just slid out wide, and there would have been nothing that he would have been able to do there. So fairly fortunate there for Trone Kobe in 10th place. We got Anto in 11th, Type R in 12th place, and we got Happy rounding out the field here. Happy making a bit of a mistake there, I think, in T1, losing a little bit of the pack here. But our race leader is Doug. And, I mean, we're no stranger to seeing Doug in the race lead. Again, he feels like he needs to control the pace all the time. That's just his style of driving, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, but again, he's the one who's doing all the work. Now, he's on pad. And the one thing I do hear Doug talk a lot about being a pad driver is tire wear. So, it does confuse me slightly at why he feels the need to always be in the lead controlling the pace, when really, if he's concerned about tire wear, he should be sitting behind somebody else, letting them control the pace to save his tires. And then he has a race car to race with at the end of the race. But, I mean, Doug is leading a championship series, so he's clearly he knows what he's doing. But sometimes you got to make decisions that are outside of your style of driving to ensure that race win as well, right? But to each their own. And you can see Eber's just kind of playing a patience game here. He's not. Whoa, a little bit of contact there. Great job by Key to save that Silvia. Just a slight tap from Eber there as he well, he got split. He got passed on the inside and outside by both these drivers. Heatop's making a little bit of a mistake there, getting that position up back to Ibra. So Ibra downed him into P3, but he did drop into P4. Doug's getting a little bit wider than he wanted to there, but he got a good run still. It's a tough corner, that corner at Daytona. Obviously, you hit that curb under throttle, it will spin the car out, but you do need to use all that corner to really get and maximize your exit there. So, again, difficult racing when your tires start to degrade as well. We got key tops here. And you can see he's just sticking to that racing line. He's not really trying to get around these guys. So Key's definitely playing some strategy here. A little bit of contact on Ibra there. Oh, and it's enough to send Ibra out. Oh, no. Key will give that position back. We know Key quite well, and Key's going to make sure that Ibra gets that position back. So you see Key, he even let Monkey Mafia go by there. So Monkey Mafia is going to basically grandfather into P3 there now. Key obviously didn't mean to tap into Ibra there. We got Ben in behind. We got Ibra coming up to Ben here. So as soon as an opportunity does arise, Key will give that position back. You can see Key's just kind of driving up the track, but he's not at full speed. He's trying to allow these drivers to get caught back up. So looked like a penalty had to be served there by Ben. Ibra gets around Ben. Ooh, he's got some pressure coming in from Hair Razor here now as well. So Ibra just caught up in a tough spot there. Did everything he could to really keep that thing under control in the bus stop there, but just a little bit of help by Key to help him out there a little bit and get into the grass. So we know Key will give this spot back once Ibra catches up. Hair Razor in behind. Hair Razor may actually help Ibra catch up here as well. So again, Hair Razor is one of these calculated race car drivers. He's never in a hurry to make that move early on in the race. He would much rather save his car, gain some time in pit lane, and make his push at the latter part of the racing, which is smart. Got Ben here just behind these guys. So Ibra is just recovering a little bit here. You know, you got to get your emotions when you're in it. When you're involved in a racing incident like that, sometimes you got to get your emotion back in check. Sometimes you fall out of your rhythm a little bit, so you got to really lock yourself back in. And it's tough sometimes. Sometimes it takes a lap or two. Sometimes it just takes a couple corners. Depends on the driver. But Doug is our current leader. He still has TPC Pigeons all up and over him here. I mean, Pigeons has not let Doug out of sight. Ibra was right there with these guys as well, but unfortunately for Ibra, we just see a little bit of a mistake there from Keytops getting a little bit of contact there. So Ibra down in P5 currently, but still in good position here for the race as well. You can see Key and Monkey. Oh, a little bit of touch there. So Ibra's about 3 seconds behind Key here right now. Great corner there from Ibra. So Ibra is gaining on these guys slightly, little bit by little bit. Now, he was our pole sitter. Clearly, he's the fastest guy on track here today, but just having a little bit of an unfortunate racing incident there. He's just set him down the field a little tiny bit. But he's got some company coming with them here, so one of two things is going to happen. These guys are either going to work together to catch those guys up front, or they're going to battle and lose the guys up front. But that's on these guys once they catch up to each other to let us know how that's all going to break down. We have Unseen Throne in P9. He's been having a good race here today. He's in another NASCAR-style livery, a Kurt Busch livery here today. We got Throne Colby here in P10. We've got Anto in 11. We got Type R in P12, and Happy rounding out our field here. We love seeing all our drivers on track, just giving it everything they got. But Doug in the lead. He's coming into the bus stop here right now. But Monkey Mafia is holding the fastest lap on track currently with a 155.974. Now that was faster than any qualifying lap in qualifying. So Monkey Mafia proving to be quite quick here too as well. Pigeons is starting to he's starting to pick up on Doug here. I mean, Pigeons is doing what I would be doing if this were the situation if I were in second place right now behind Doug. You know what? You do all the work, mate. Burn your car up. I'll take the win at the end of the day. Thank you very much. And that's exactly what Pigeons' thought process is here right now. He could have easily tried to make a move right there. He just opts to sit behind Doug and let Doug control the pace. Let Doug's car do the work. You can see Doug go defensive there, and that's just going to open up that outside run for Pigeons here. He wasn't able to hold that there, but again, I don't think Pigeons is really trying to battle with Doug here. I think he's just kind of letting Doug do the work at the moment. We got Key here now in P3, so he's gotten around Monkey Mafia. Ibra's gaining on these guys. He's got purple lap right now. Let's stick with the Ibra. Yeah, Ibra here, as he is purple. Hairraise is just in behind here as well, so let's see what Ibra does here. Let's see if Ibra can hammer in a fastest lap here. Eduardo coming in with that big thumbs up. How you doing, Eduardo? Much love. Appreciate all that support. And unfortunately, we still don't have TV cameras, so we're stuck to not necessarily the best views in the world, unfortunately. And Ibra's still purple here, so he's not purple by much at this point. He's lost that 10th and a half there through that last sector. Let's see what he does through the bus stop here. A little bit wider than I think he wanted to take that there. Could use a little more of those curves getting through there. Yeah, and you can see he lost 2/10 on that lap just right through the bus stop there. And the bus stop can make or break your lap here, so you really do need a good run, entry and exit through the bus stop here to really maximize these final corners of Daytona. And of course that run up into P1 as well. So we got Ben here in 7th, we've got Supra in 8th, we got Unseen in 9th, we've got Trone in 10th, we've got Anto in 11th, we've got Type R in 12th, and we got Happy rounding out the field here in 13th. So all drivers still on track, so far so good. Doug, you can tell that Doug is starting to suffer from tire wear here. That's not the optimal line for any of us that race this racetrack. He's a little bit wide now. Every time he goes under braking, he's having to fight that car a little bit. So a little bit of understeer now in the Silvia as those tires are starting to wear down a little bit. And now cockpit view is broken. And you know, Doug is really flirting with the penalty disaster on that third curve. I mean, you could take a lot of that third curve, but he is on the edge of that third curve going through that bus stop. I mean, for one of these times, he's going to get that a little too much, and they're going to give him that penalty for it. So Doug really does need to be careful with that corner. They give you quite a bit of allowance there. You can see Pidgems is. You know, Doug's going to force him to make the move on the outside, which of course is smart racing, but Pidgems again is just being very smart here. He's not really trying to get the job done here, he's just driving his pace. And, oh, Doug making a mistake there, but Pidgems had to check up a little bit there, so that's going to hurt his run. But you can see he's not... Pidgems is just playing right now. He's like, nah, you take the lead. You go ahead and do the work. And you know, that's exactly what we're seeing from Pidgems here. And, you know, this very well could be key to success for him here today because of that reason. He has had several opportunities to make that move on Doug and just hasn't taken the opportunity to do so. We've got Key here in third place. He's still sitting pretty strong. We've got Monkey Mafia sitting here in P4. He's right there on the back door as well. Then we move down our field, we got Ibra here in P5 as well. Now Ibra is again just recovering a little bit here. He's just taking his time right now. He's chilling. He's just trying to catch this group up front. Ooh, he had a good run through the bus stop there this time. And 0.2 of a second up on that fastest lap. So let's stick with him here and see if he homes to bring this one home here now as we're on the final run to the start-finish line here. So Ibra currently sitting purple. Oh, he might lose it here. I think he needs some slipstream help here. He really needs to send it here. And he's not catching enough of those curves, so he's really not maximizing his time through that bus stop. Ibra's definitely struggling with the bus stop here today. You can see Hairraiser is just all up in his business here, and Hairraiser's pushing. And so these two are working together here to try and catch Monkey Mafia and Key up in front here. So you can see Hairraiser's going to give him the bump right there. So Hairraiser could have made the move there, but instead of making a move, he gives Ibra the push. So that's going to give both these cars a little extra speed up the straightaway here. You can see that actually closed that gap up just a tiny little bit from the two cars up in front, Key Tops and Monkey Mafia. So, you know, podium is right there for these two drivers still. So we got Ben's not too far behind these guys either. So it's tough being on Daytona solo. Without having a slipping partner, you just lose time on the guys that are working together, unfortunately. And that's just the nature of the beast here at Daytona. That's the way you race this racetrack. So we have lost a driver, it looks like. But now we have Pidgems in the lead, so Doug's finally made a big enough mistake here where Pidgems has said, alright, you know what, I'm just going to go up front here. You're kind of cramping my style. And a little bit of contact there from Doug. It looks like these two have been rubbing noses and tail fenders here a little bit this race. As you can see on the front of Pidgems' car here, you can see some damage, some scrapes. That's most likely from getting into the back of Doug. And then we go to Doug's car and you see, well, you can't see it, but we just saw him get into Pidgems. So Doug's going to dive in there real late. And again, Pigeons just isn't battling here. I mean, Pigeons is just pretty content with doing what he's doing right now, and Doug's working really hard on his race car, where Pigeons is just taking care of his race car. So there's two very significantly different styles of racing going on up front here. Monkey Mafia in P3, and you can see Key's just right there behind. And we got a little bit of separation from 3rd, 4th to 5th to 6th. Not much, just a little bit. But Key in that slipstream there, so Key will start to close up on Monkey here a little bit. And from Key to Ibra, I mean, he's trying. Ibra is just outside that slipstream. So we'll have to see if Key gives up the position freely to Ibra, if Ibra can catch up to him here. You can see Ibra's been working quite hard on gaining on this front pack here. And I mean, you can see first place. First place is right there. So from first to, I mean, from nose to tail, we're still on the lead lap, but from like first to 6th place is only 5 seconds. So I mean, anything can happen in this race. One mistake by a driver, and instead of losing 1, they could lose 4 or 5. So as we suspected, Daytona is providing a really good close race. It always does. That's Daytona, man. That's what it does. It provides fantastic racing. So you know, huge shout out to Daytona and the amazing course they got over here. Pigeon's got a really good run on the rest of the field here, and he's got 2 seconds. I missed what happened because I was looking at other stuff, but you guys, I'm sure, got to see all the action there. So, oh, and contact there from Monkey Mafia into the back of Doug now, and boy, Doug is just getting his bodywork guys are going to be a little upset today. They're going to have to repaint that snot out of that car. Monkey Mafia, they're just getting a little bit hot there, just getting into the back end of Doug. But Doug did a good job to keep control of it. We got Keytops here just behind these guys in 4th place. He's just chilling. And Ibra's trying to gain. He's gained about 2/10 there on this last lap here. So see if he can make any of this time back up. But again, you know, Key's got slip, and Ibra's just trying to get into the slip. So, oh, we got a mistake. We got a mistake by Monkey Mafia there. So that's going to allow Ibra to catch right up to these guys. So now Ibra's got some guys to run with, but he picked up a half-second penalty there. And he's going to get around Monkey here as Monkey gets really wide. So Monkey Mafia potentially struggling with some tire wear here, maybe. Got Hairraiser went a little deep in behind there in 6th place as well. So Monkey Mafia dropped down to P5. Ibra back up into P4. Now he's trying to chase Key down here in P3. And you can see Key's putting all kinds of pressure here on Doug. So Monkey Mafia is still right there. Hairraiser just off in the distance. We move up the field here to Keytops, and I mean, Keytops and Doug are just having a nice little battle here. A little developing battle. Pigeons is just trying to drive away. Now, we've seen Pigeons completely take care of his race car, drive very smart for the first half of this race, and he's in the lead now because of it. So, he's got some tires. He's probably got a good amount of fuel left in that race car still, and it's going to be game on now. These drivers got to play catch-up. So you can see Key and Doug working together here. Doug's going to go defensive. And I think Doug is analyzing the situation at hand here today. He's going defensive in the bus stop. Key had zero intention on making a move into the bus stop there. So I mean, really, Doug could have just tucked into the racing line there and not caused both those drivers time with that contact. So again, lots of different styles on the racetrack. We're seeing a more aggressive style of driving out of Doug like we typically see, and it does him fairly well. He does good with that style of driving, but it's not paying off for him so much here today. We've got Monkey Mafia just getting ahead of Ibra there, serving that half-second track limit penalty we saw there. So Monkey Mafia now back up in behind Key, but Ibra's right there. Ibra's not going to let these guys go. He's not going to let them get away. So Hairraiser here, and a lot of these drivers, again, it's the first half of the race. They're just playing patient right now. They're not looking for the move. They're not looking for the big the big winning decision right this second. They're gonna wait till we get into our pit lanes. We got Ben coming in right now, so Ben's gonna be the first driver actually to make a pit stop. You can see he's got 21% fuel still, so still doing pretty good on fuel. But he's gonna come in early. He's gonna look for an undercut situation here. Maybe he just wants some clean air. I'm not sure what the thought process is here, but he is our first driver to come into pit lane here. So. Just take a good look at that livery. We got a quadrant livery going on here, some nice bright pink and yellow going on from Ben here. So nice to see Ben back and racing. Of course, work's kept him away from the track here for a little while, so it's glad to see him back on track. So Ben is the first of our drivers to make a pit stop. You can just see the guys refueling the race car up there. And we got all our camera angles now because we had a pit stop. So TV cams, here we go. We finally get some juicy camera angles. So Pidgeon's in the lead, Doug in second. Now you can see Doug takes a really short exit out of the bus stop. And I don't know if that's actually helping his exit or hurting his exit, to be honest, because you see almost every other driver coming out really in the mid end of that corner. So again, just different driving styles from different drivers here on track. And Monkey Mafia is still holding that fastest lap on track as well. So again, Monkey Mafia proving to have really good pace. So we do have Pigeons coming into pit lane. We've got Monkey also coming into pit lane. We got Ibra coming into pit lane as well. Doug opting to stay out. Key staying out. Hair Razor staying out. So these three are going to go around again. Ibra's going to come in, Pigeons is going to come in, and Monkey Mafia is going to come in. Pigeons came in first, so we'll sit with Pigeons first. Pascal, how you doing, my man? Much love, appreciate that. Like, hope you're having a fantastic day today. So there we go. We got Pigeons there to get a look at his. We're just trying to get a look at the deliveries the best we can here while these guys are in pit lane. We got Ibra. Ibra, you can see there's some damage on the car there. He's had a bit of a rough go on the back end of that car here today, but these guys are still motoring on. So you can see Doug's really struggling with the tires on this car. You can tell that they're wearing out. You can see it just in the way he's holding the corners around in this car. It's not really of a lot of benefit to Doug to continue to run these tires into the ground. I really do feel like we're gonna see Pigeon battling for that win here today. Just based off of what we've seen in the first half of this race, he seems to be very calculated. He's got great strategy. He's got good pace. He's got good patience. Those are a lot of important things when racing. So Pigeons comes out ahead of Ibra, but Ibra did leapfrog Monkey Mafia in pit lane there. So Monkey Mafia may have opted to take a little more fuel than the rest of the drivers so he could push a little harder maybe. We're not sure what the thought process is there, but now we got Doug and Hair Razor and Key coming in, which I did suspect. I didn't think we'd see them go too much longer than the other drivers again. These guys are all on worn tires. It's not a benefit to continue to try and push time on worn out tires when the guys have already pit and put on fresh rubber. Those guys are going to gain time on you, so you pretty much just have to come in the next lap. And that's what we're seeing. Nicholas, how you doing, my man? Morning, GT. How you doing, my guy? How's the weather down back home today? So we got Doug here, and he had a special livery for today, but he didn't keep it on, so he went back to the original Falcon livery there. We got Hair Razor here as well. We got Key. He's got the NASCAR style looking car here today. Trone's not in yet, neither are they. So we'll get back to these three drivers here, get a quick little peeks at these liveries. You can see the driver's been swapping a little bit of paint. We got Trone coming in here now as well. Unseen coming in. And again, another NASCAR style livery. But Anto now with the lead of the race. So Anto out in the lead, but Anto's going to still have to make a stop here as well. So we're going to see him give up this position. Type R in second place. He also needs to make a pit stop yet. Key now coming out ahead of Doug. So Key will be our leader once those two drivers pit. Doug's in second place. Now Doug will Doug's a good race car driver, clearly, so we'll have to see what he has in store for the last half. Pigeons is right there as well. So Doug and Key did just manage to get out ahead of these drivers, but these guys are, I'm sure, going to all close up. So Hairraiser in the equation, Monkey Mafia right there as well. And then there's a little bit of separation. Ben's about 10 seconds back. We got Happy in 10th, we got Trone in 11th, we got Unseen in 12th. So we're going to stick with Anto here as he's going through the bus stop right now. I do suspect we're going to see Anto and Type R pit. Doing good, just woke up. Gonna cut the lawn, do yard work today in this heat. Ugh, I feel you, brother. I feel you, my man. We've been suffering from pretty bad thunderstorms the last 3 days here, so it's definitely cooled down a little bit, but not good for our forest, obviously, with the lightning. And we have Anto now coming into pit lane, as I suspected. Type R opting to stay out yet one more lap here, so interesting. He must be saving fuel like nobody's business here, as we got Anto coming in. He's on 1% fuel as well, so Anto definitely needed to come in there. Adam Fields coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love. How you doing, buddy? Good evening. Good evening to you. Hope you've had a fantastic Saturday. So we're just waiting for Anto to come in here, get a look at the live. Gotta get a look at that their paint job, you know. And we're starting to see a lot of the EDA guys getting involved here at the GTRC too. We've seen a couple of the EDA guys join the Discord recently. They're talking about the races. They're getting familiar with what's going on over here at the GTRC. We're starting to see some of these guys, some of the teammates coming over to the series here now as well, which is absolutely fantastic. We do encourage that, ladies and gentlemen. You know, if you are part of a sim racing team and you like the series, tell your team about it, man. Send them over. Let's get them all in here. And always great looking liveries here by Pappy. You always know where Pappy is on track. You can't miss him. Just a quick nip in, mate, out at the min. Hey, no worries. Appreciate you, Adam. Always appreciate the quick stop-ins just as much as we appreciate you hanging out for the whole race. All the support counts. It all matters. You're all legends. So Type R in the early lead. Doug's gotten around Key. Not too surprised to see that happen. I mean, Doug is all over Type R here. Type R is just trying to hold his line here. So Doug's just trying to open distance up between him and the drivers behind him here right now. But again, pushing that hard could burn those tires out. And we're going to see Type R, I'm assuming, coming into pit lane here. I can't foresee him being able to go another lap, as he's on 2% fuel, which we did suspect. So we'll come back to Type R here in a second. So the race lead does go to Doug, with Key Tops very close behind in second place. We got Pigeons just behind in third. Ibra just behind him in fourth. We got Hairraiser in fifth. We've got Monkey in sixth. We've got Ben in seventh place. We've got Trone now in eighth. We got Type R just getting to his pit box here. He must have stopped for a sandwich along the way, as of course pit lane is right there. Just a very simple, nice base design here from Type R. It's been very simple and clean all season long. But let's get on with our leader here. Let's get with the lead. This game is so broken, chat. It's so frustrating. Ooh, a little wall rub there, as we heard Doug just get into the wall there. I'd love to do a cockpit view onboard for you guys with our race leader, but unfortunately it doesn't want to give us the angle, so... we'll let our TV crews take over here. All our camera angles are failing. We really do need GT7 to wake up. all these new cars and all these new tracks and all this new stuff they keep adding into the game is completely useless and irrelevant if your lobbies don't work. So a little bit of separation Doug's gained on Key, but I mean, Key's not letting him get away either. It's going to come down to who has the better tires and the better race car at the end of this race here, I think. So Keytop's very close to second, 5 tenths. 5 tenths behind him is Pigeons. You can see Pigeons really closing up into that corner there. And you got Ibra just behind, the second behind. Hairraiser's 2 seconds behind Ibra. 1.8 is Monkey Mafia. And then we got some separation from there to Ben. Ben's got a little bit of separation from Tron. A little bit of separation to Unseen Tyrone, separation to Anto. So for the most part, the drivers have found themselves fairly separated apart, except for this front group here now. So while these guys are battling, let's bring up our standings. So coming into round 6, our finale here, this is where we're sitting. So Doug is up in the lead at 92 points now. With the amount of points available for a race win, even if Doug were to disconnect, he's going to win this championship. So Doug is going to be deemed as the champion of our GT4 Silvias here this season, but still all the other positions are up for grabs here. Key sitting in second, Hairraiser in third, Monkey in fourth, Tron in fifth, Type R in sixth, Ibra in seventh, Supra in eighth, Posh in ninth, and Tap rounding out our top 10, who is Ben MK on screen, ladies and gentlemen. So that's where the drivers sit in our standings coming into the round here today. Again, Doug has clinched the championship for the mini series here. So Doug basically just gets some bragging rights, and of course he gets archived into the All-Star section of the GTRC and all that stuff as winner of the series. So but Key putting pressure here. Key wants to make sure he secures down his spot in the championship standings here as well, as we've seen him second overall. So Pigeons is new driver to the series. He's stepping in, fill a spot here today and looking really strong. Ibra in fourth and looking strong as usual as well. We got Hairraiser always looking good there in fifth place. Monkey Mafia has been doing great this series, sitting in sixth here. And again, Ben is sitting 10th overall in the series and only making some of the races here this season. So Unseen Throne here in P8, Tron in 9th. We got Anto in 10th. Anto serving a penalty there, so losing that position to Type R. And Happy rounding out our field here in 12th. So we did lose one of our drivers, which is unfortunate. But unfortunately with esports racing, that does happen. So we got about just under 19 minutes remaining in the race here. Doug does have about a 0.6 of a second lead, but we have Pigeons and Key now working together here in a slipstream bum drafting situation. So Doug could potentially be in a little bit of trouble here now. As we actually see Key and Pigeons, I mean, they're working. You can see Key's right on the back of Doug here now. Pigeon's got a half-second track penalty, so that's definitely going to hurt his chase here, as that should allow Ibra hopefully to close up a little bit here. we're just, you know, getting a little rotation around here. Take a look at those liveries while they're in action under the lights. You can really see some damage there on the side of the car there on Type R. You can see the EDA boys are really putting some time and effort into their liveries. You can really see them working hard on them. You can see a little bit of tire smoke there as you see Key giving a little push to Doug there. And every time these guys bump draft each other, it just kind of forces the nose of the car down into the asphalt a little bit, puts a little bit of tire rub in there, and that's what we're seeing there as far as the tire smoke goes. When you see these two drivers get close to each other like that, when he gives them a little push here, that's when we're seeing that tire smoke, because essentially you're forcing the fender, the front aero, kind of into the road when you give a bump draft like that. And that's all we're seeing there is just the fenders touching the top of the wheels real quickly, and we're seeing some brake smoke or some tire smoke there. So we're not seeing a contact or an incident or anything in a sense there. We're just seeing end result of what bump drafting does on a race car. Didn't mean to exit there. Oh my goodness. Joe coming in with the like and the share. My guy, my guy, my guy. How are you doing? Well, we may not get the end of the race, ladies and gentlemen, due to GT7 garbage as usual. Be right back, chat. Alright. So we have Key now in the lead. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing I can do about GT7 being garbage. I literally had to restart the whole game because it completely just locked up. So, I was going to run some GT7 open lobbies at the end of the broadcast. At the end of this broadcast, I'm just going to be shutting the broadcast down, and I won't be giving GT7 any more time of day today after the crap I've had to deal with today. I'm not very impressed. I'm sick and tired of always having to battle with these issues as a spectator, as a commentator. It's frustrating. It's annoying. And if it continues, we're not going to be broadcasting on this platform any longer because I'm getting sick and tired of promoting a game that's junk. Apologize to the GTRC community for the lack of coverage due to the game. Ruined my whole complete flow. So it's going to be unfortunate for Anto here, as he's going to lose his position to Type R once he crosses that penalty line, which you just see there. So Type R going to grab P10 off of Anto here. Happy Pappy still on the field here too as well in 12. So we do have Key Tops currently in the race lead here. Him and Doug have been swapping positions here for what looks like to be the last couple of laps. We got Pigeons now closing up on Doug here as well. Let's see what happens here. Pigeon's taking that you know, optimal line, so to speak, coming out of the bus stop, where Doug's taking it a little shallower, and he didn't lose any time to Pigeons in a sense, but he kind of did because Pigeons has got the run on him here now. So this is battle for second and third place, folks. And we've been seeing these two together most of the race. Now, Pigeons has been playing very smart, patiently, hasn't been forcing anything unnecessarily, and we're seeing much of the same here again. I believe we have about 10 minutes remaining left of the race. 5, something like that. Yeah, not much left. So we're on our final 2 or 3 laps here today. So if anything's going to happen, we're going to start seeing it to happen here now. So Keytop's trying to drive away, obviously. Get away from Doug, get that slipstream broke, but Doug's just inside of it here still. So, and of course that's a large part of Pigeons coming in and pushing too as well, right? So, but you know, Pigeons doesn't want just second place. He obviously wants a race win here. So a little bit of planning and strategic mind thinking happening here as these drivers are coming around to the final couple laps of the race. You can see Eber's just off in the distance here as well, 4th place. So From 4th to 1st, these guys are relatively close still, and then we see some separation. We got a battle between Monkey Mafia and Hair Razor for 5th and 6th, and then they got everybody all on their own, with the exception of Type R and Anto here for 10th and 11th. And you can see the leaders are starting to catch up to Happy Pappy. They're in 12th place. So, oh, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We may see some lap traffic come into play right at the end of the race here. It'd be interesting to see how that factors into the end of the race as well. Hot Tire just finished patching a rubber roof at 34 degrees above. Sounds like fun. Glad it was you and not me, my man. So Key took a really wide entry into that corner to try and really maximize the exit. You can see it worked pretty good there, actually. He opened up a little more time on Doug there in 2nd place. So if Key can really lock a lap down here, he might be able to break that toe. Great shot by the camera crew there, coming around turn 2 here at Daytona. So something happened to Hair Razor. I think Hair Razor might have had a spin on track there, as 10 seconds behind Monkey, so that battle is most likely done here this race. Really, we just got the battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 1st, and 10th and 11th here brewing now as we near the end of this race. So Happy Pappy getting caught up by Key Tops here. And it should be the penultimate lap for our leaders here. We should have one more after this. You can see a little bit of contact there between Doug and Pigeons as they were side by side coming into turn 1 there. Ibra here in 4th place, Monkey in 5th, Hair Razor in 6th, we got Ben in 7th, we've got Unseen in 8th, we've got Trone in 9th, we've got Type R in 10th, we've got Anto in 11th, and a Happy Pappy rounding out our field. And we lost one driver part way through the race as well due to disconnection, so unfortunate, but it does happen. So Key is working really hard just to kind of maintain that 1 second gap on 2nd place, 3rd place driver Doug and Pigeons there. So it's a tough business being the leader, but this is where he wants to be at the end of the race. He's got the slipstream broken, but Doug is right on the edge of it here. So Doug had a good run through the bus stop there, gained a little bit of time on Key Tops here. So I don't think he's going to be close enough to get a good run at the start-finish line here on this lap, but it might be able to set him up for the final lap here to try and push close. And you can see Pappy's getting out of the way here, so Key Tops is just going to get around Pappy, so Pappy's just going to lose that lead lap right at the end of the race here. So great driver job by all our drivers here today. I mean, great pace by the whole field, obviously. Only one driver just now going a lap down, and I mean, we are at the end of the race, and 2nd and 3rd place driver can't even catch him here, so they're just catching up now. And this is going to be, this is a tough spot to catch up to a back marker here coming into T1. You can see Pappy absolutely let these guys by. He did everything he could to make that as safe as possible. Absolutely huge shout out to Happy Pappy there, ladies and gentlemen. He could not have done that any better at a better time for those drivers up front battling for podium here. So really, really good job by Pappy not to get involved with that battle for first, second, and third place. And now that has allowed first, second, and third place to really close up. So here we go, folks. Doug looking outside for the move here. That's going to give him the inside coming into the next corner, though. So, oh, Keytops goes late on the brakes. Keytops is going to manage to hold that. Doug's got a slightly better line. Oh, it's game on. First, second, and third is not done here yet. We got Hair Racer came across in 6th. We got Ben coming across in 7th. We got Unseen and Trone battling for P8 and 9. Unseen just edging that out for 8th. Trone in 9th. We got Type R and Anto coming around here. This is going to be for 9th, 10th, and 11th. Sorry, 10th and 11th, ladies and gentlemen. So these guys just coming around here right now, that start-finish line. We want to get back to that battle up front, but we want to give these guys their due camera time here as well. So back to the leader, who is Keytops. And let me tell you, he does not have much of a lead. We got Pigeons now in 2nd, Doug in 3rd. So here we go. Bus stop. Final runs. Home stretch here, right here, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Pappy in the middle here. You see Eber catching Happy there. So here we go. Can Keytops hold it to the start-finish line? Can Doug overtake these two drivers? Can Pidgeon get around? Pidgeon's going to look high. Here we go. Drag race to the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen, for the race win on finale night. Who's going to get it? Oh, it is close. It is very close. It's going to be... Oh, it's going to be Keytops. Keytops gets to win 5 1,000ths of a second, folks. 5 1,000ths. What a great job by all three of these drivers. Pigeons coming in a super, super close 2nd place. And Doug coming in 3rd place there. So great job to Key. Great job by Pigeons there. That was side by side right to the start-finish line. Eber coming across in 4th place. Monkey Mafia was a great race here today in 5th. And, of course, our boy Happy coming across in 12th place. So great job to all the drivers, but especially to our podium finishers here today. What a great job right to the start-finish line. You cannot ask for anything better when you're broadcasting a race than what we just saw right there. Drag race for P1, ladies and gentlemen. And, oh, what a great race. What a great job. Boy, oh boy. Coming literally right down to the last quarter mile here to see which car had it. And, boy, oh boy, Keytops just edging out Pigeons. Wow. Wow, what a race finish, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's all we could say. Great job to these guys, man. They always exciting. Always exciting here at the GTRC. We love to see it. So, huge congratulations to Doug on a championship win here for the mini-series in the GT4 Silvia Championship. He had a 26-point lead coming into the race today over 2nd place driver Keytops. Only finishing a couple spots behind Key here in the race on 3rd position today. Very easily going to keep him on the top of the board. So, and I can't even save the replay. Alright, well, great job by all our drivers nonetheless. I'm going to flip back over to the screen for a second. We're going to do some podium interviews. I'll be right back, chat. Don't run away.
going to probably go and practice some Group 3 stuff, so please do.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we got our drivers here with us here. We're just having a little post-race discussion real quick before we jumped into the interviews here. We always like to tell the drivers they did a good job and, you know, all that positive encouragement kind of thing. So, they put on a great race here at Daytona, and we did expect to see a great race at Daytona. Daytona always provides great racing. You got half an oval and you got half an infield track. So, you got that high-speed portion of the race that everybody loves to see, and then you've got that technical mid-speed sector in the middle of it all as well. So, Daytona always makes for exciting racing, especially in group car racing. So Group 4 Silvia's finale here tonight, and the guys did not disappoint, and it was good battle up front all race long. That battle didn't stop from start to finish. We lost about 10 minutes of the race, unfortunately, due to game issues, but we got back in and we did at least be able to catch the end of the race there for you guys. So we do apologize for the technical issue. It wasn't anything that was on our end. It's just GT7 being GT7, unfortunately. So we're going to go to the championship leader coming into our standings here. Now, again, he had a significant lead. He had a 26-point lead coming into the race today, so all he had to do was finish the race, and he locked that down. So we're going to talk with Doug. So first of all, congratulations on the third place finish, Doug, and congratulations on a championship here in the GT4 Silvia Series. So talk us about your race first.
The race was brilliant. Towards the end of both, the second half of the race, I was struggling with a bus stop on the exit. So whereas I was strong there in the first half of the race, and that was giving me the gap each time for turn one and the sections I'm slower on, because I just don't have the speed of turn and the lock. You know, it was great. I loved it. Great battles, great defensive work. Key, bless him, was giving me the bumps every now and again to try and keep us ahead, which worked until I fell off. So yeah, it was a great race. It was a great race. It just went a little bit wrong for me about 3/4 of the way through, and then it was struggling to catch back up. Caught back up on the final lap. I could have had Key early on out of turn 2 and 3, and I thought, right, I'll keep behind him. And then I looked at the time thinking, how long have we got left? And it was final lap. I'm like, no, because I could have had him earlier. But other than that, you know, that was my own fault not keeping an eye on the time. Great race, so real fun. And thanks to all the boys who come along. Hopefully they'll stay. We all seemed to enjoy it. Nobody was getting narky with each other. It was brilliant. Loved it.
Absolutely, it was a great race. And I mean, you know, the key to the race today really was going to be having a buddy to race with and slipstream and bum drafting. If you were kind of caught on this racetrack alone, you're at a very large disadvantage here at Daytona, because you just can't keep pace with 2 or 3 guys working together to get around the racetrack. So we did see a little bit of that. In the back half of the pack started to fall off the pace a little bit, because they started to find a little bit of separation from each other, and they weren't able to push each other along to catch back up to the front group. But that top 6 guys, you guys just race all the race long. We're just crazy battling, you know. You guys are swapping first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, you know, all race long. And I believe Monkey Mafia actually coming in with fastest lap on track here today, 1:55, and that was actually faster than any qualifying lap we've seen go down as well. So we've seen lots of great racing here, but what was going through your mind as you were running the race today, Doug? Like, was leading the race kind of your game plan? We do know you like to kind of control the pace of the race, and do you feel like maybe that was the best of ideas here today at Daytona?
I find for me, I tried last week to play a bit of strategy last week, because last week was heavier on fuel. Can't believe how light this one was on fuel, to be fair, because it's a flat out track. But I decided my strategy is just go for it straight away, try and break a gap, and then when my tyres start to go, try and control the gap and defend. And I'm quite good at defending. I have my moments where it goes wrong, but my defensive is quite good. So, you know, I try to stick with that. My strategy is get out front, lead as best you can, defend where you need to, and just try and hold it. I mean, my pit crew let me down again. I lost a position in the pits again, but managed to get it back. But yeah, no, it was a great race, and you know, as I say, thanks to everybody involved. Key and was it Throne? No, it wasn't Throne. Who was it? Oh no, who came second?
Pilgrim.
Pell.
Yeah.
Pigham, sorry, he's brand new. His name just complete pig, as I've been calling him. Fantastic race, you know what I mean? None of us were really forcing any issues anywhere, swapping positions, little bit of paint trading every now and again, bum drafting each other. It's just fantastic. So thanks to those two. Congratulations to those two. I was hoping for a win on the final race of the season. But yeah, brilliant. Absolutely excellent.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, you know, from first at the third place at race finish was less than 0.3 of a second gap between you and first place. So, absolutely great way to end off the series here for the GT4 championship this season as well. It was an absolutely great race finish from our top 3 drivers there too. So, really great job by you guys to make it exciting right to the end as well. We don't have Pidgeon's in the chat unless he's come in since we started the interviews. Our second place driver, so again, new driver into the series here today and showing some incredible pace, some incredible patience, and some really good racecraft. So congratulations to Pidgeon's on his first race here with the Silvia guys, coming in P2. Easily could have had P1 there, just losing out to a drag race to key tops at the end there. And we really do hope to see him in future series, as he looks like he's going to be definitely a competitor moving forward. So congratulations to him, as he's not in the chat for the interview here today. He might not have been aware, as he's brand new to the series. Now let's talk about the championship. Doug, you came into today, you pretty much had it locked down. Now, I don't think it was a for sure lockdown. I think if you would have DC'd or something like that with the full grid today, there might have been a very small chance that Key maybe could have grabbed that from you. But all you had to do was finish the race. You did that. So I just want to take a minute to say congratulations on the championship win here for the mini-series with the GT4 Championships. You've definitely earned it. You raced your butt off.
Thank you.
And we can't wait to see what you're going to bring into the next mini-series once you guys release it. So
yeah, I'm looking. Once we've finally figured it out, we've got some ideas. We've tested a few cars that are great fun. So hopefully we can get that sorted and move on. We might have to skip a week, but hopefully it'll be soon. So yeah, no, the championship was great. The championship was great. I said to the boys at the beginning, it's a shame that they didn't make all the races, because I think it would have been really tight at the top.
I agree. I 100% agree.
So it's a damn shame. But when everybody's here and everybody's racing on form, wow, you know what I mean? It's created such a fun race.
And absolutely. I mean, and a nice full grid today too, and that's what we love to see. So to have, and I mean, we only had one driver go down a lap down right at the end of the race there. So I mean, all the drivers showing pace improvement throughout the season as well, right? And that's what we really love to see. We love to see the drivers putting in the time and finding improvement. And even a small improvement, it makes a big difference when you're endurance racing. So, huge shout out to all the drivers who showed up week in and week out and put the time in. And for those that stepped in to fill in as well. It takes a team, it takes a lot of work to make this happen. And you guys really did put on a fantastic Silvia series here this season. It was great racing, it was fun to broadcast. And now really all we can hope for is that the platform that we're using to do our league racing can square away a few more issues and just make everything nice and beautiful for us.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, it seemed from my point of view that we didn't have a lot of lag on track, so that was good. It meant everybody could race clean and tight because nobody was really skipping around. It was brilliant.
Absolutely.
I mean, I just want to say mainly thank you to you for the commentary for the season and the commentary in our other league. Let's keep that one full and keep it going. That's a tight one. Thanks to all the boys involved. Thanks to the admin team. I put a lot of work in over the last 2 days to try and get drivers in, and we could have had a completely full grid, but one geezer just had to drop out last minute. Otherwise, we would have had a complete grid. So, for the last race of the season, for the Silvias, brilliant. Let's hope we can drag that through to the next season, and just enjoy it. We all seem to have fun.
Absolutely.
As far as I'm aware, we all have fun, so it's brilliant. It's great.
Absolutely.
Thanks to everyone.
I was on eggshells for the last 2 minutes when you three were catching me.
Well, and now that we got Happy Pappy actually in the chat, I think you did a really spectacular job there. Obviously, not the place you want to be in on this particular racetrack with lead lap traffic bearing down on you, battling coming into corner one. You could not have picked a perfect stop, and the best way to let those guys get by.
Yeah,
you did not interfere with
yeah.
any of that battling going on. So huge props to you, Pappy, for making
Honestly,
very good, decisive decisions.
I was watching you in the mirrors, eggshells.
So, you know, huge
I
shout
could have
out
made
to
a
you.
right disaster.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
Fair
I
play,
mean,
lads.
we always interview our top 3 drivers because they've earned their spot on the podium, they've earned that interview, but what we don't talk about is what happens in the backside of the races as well. And, you know, it takes just as much effort and racing awareness and etiquette as a driver that is having a rough day, maybe not having the best race or just a little bit off the pace of those front guys, to be able to make proper decisions to not interfere with what's going on at the front of the pack. So, you know, huge shout out to all our other drivers as well that have had a little bit of struggles this season, or a little bit slower than some of the faster guys. You guys made great decision making all season long. It never ever affected a race, and you guys deserve a round of applause for yourselves as well. So just keep that in mind. We did want to make a mention of that today as we caught that on camera. It was a beautiful decision making. You could not have done it any better, and it was textbook. So, you know, congratulations, Pappy, on
Nice
that.
one, Tim.
Great racing
I think
awareness.
you've got to talk to Key now. Well done, Key. Brilliant, mate.
All right, so Doug, shoutouts. I know you pretty much covered that already, but in case you're missing anything there,
Just to everyone, man. Everyone. I want to see Key more often. Pigham's new, and he said he enjoyed it, and he'd come back for more. We've got Throne, who's new, who seems to enjoy it. I did a load of work with him last night till about 4 in the morning for me, getting him quicker. You know, it's just, yeah, brilliant. I love it, and thanks to all the boys who come along, and I'll keep working with people who want working with to get them quicker. And yeah, it's amazing. Big shout out to everyone, yourself, Bar who couldn't make it for sorting this all out, and Superhero, his mate who made it with him. Hopefully he might be able to come back. You know, so yeah, to everyone, brilliant. Thank you.
awesome, and congratulations again, Doug.
Thank you very much.
All right, but we are going to move to the man who wins our finale here today, Mr. Keytops. Now, we've been speaking to Keytops quite a bit this season, especially here in the Silvias, and of course over in the main GT3 Championship, which we will be broadcasting next weekend. Again, just another great race. American track here at Daytona today. Daytona is a very, you know, fun track. The fans love to watch races here. The drivers love to race here. So what were you kind of thinking before you came into this race today?
I was definitely not thinking I was winning the race. I did not have any expectations to win, especially once we were doing some practice beforehand, and I was definitely not as quick as the boys in front. And it showed in qualifying that I was not as quick. And then pretty much just, I don't know, I don't even know how I won, to be honest. I guess I got kind of lucky. I accidentally punted Ibra because he braked harder than I was expecting, but I tried slowing down for him, but he was just so far behind. I didn't want to completely botch my race. And it was nice to see he ended up catching back up anyway. So he probably could have had a chance to win too if he maybe got some more luck with the slipstream going. But yeah, no, that was, I didn't really, can't really remember most of the race at this point, to be honest.
I mean, for the most part, you just you played it fairly safe. I mean, you were patient when you needed to be patient. You didn't much like Doug and Pidgems there. You guys didn't really ever force an issue. If one of the drivers made a big enough mistake to leave an opening, then we would just see you guys change those positions and just settle back in the line and continue on. So that does make a big difference, obviously, in an endurance style race. Obviously, when you're slipstreaming and bump drafting, that is going to happen. One of the drivers usually in that train might make a small enough mistake, but you guys have enough awareness that it will just allow that next guy to take the position so nobody's losing time, and hopefully you guys continue to pull away from the remainder of the pack. And for the most part, that's what you guys did. And yeah, just really unfortunate. You just tapped Ibra there, and he just got a little bit loose and went wide there. And we did see you slow down on the track to wait for him there too. We were talking about it on the stream as well. So sometimes as a racer, you just got to make a tough decision, and sometimes waiting all that extra time over the penalty being assessed for the contact sometimes is just a better decision, right, folks? So I mean, that comes down to each driver. And I mean, obviously the effort was there to made to allow Libra to get by, but when you're in a championships race, you know, drivers have to make tough decisions, ladies and gentlemen, and of course Key was stuck in exactly that position here today. He's chasing down for a championship title. He had to make a tough decision there, and continued on. But coming out with the race win. Of course, these are all unofficial results, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you know, there's a process to that before the guys will make it official, and we'll post that on all the socials for everybody once they've made everything official as well. But you know, you just stayed patient, you stayed calm, you had good pace, you had good lines. Much like Pidgems, you were doing a really good job driving in the dirty air, so to speak. So when you're driving with these Silvias, they must not have too much aero wash, because it seemed like you guys were handling it pretty well.
I found it was better in the slipstream for me personally. I don't know why. I just felt like I could drive and brake a lot easier with having someone right in front of me. It seemed to work out for me pretty well, to be honest.
And we've seen that through a lot of most of the other drivers too. We didn't see too many of the drivers at all really struggling in the slip. So that's why I brought the question up, because you know, obviously some cars have bad aero wash, you know, bad dirty air, and then some cars aren't so bad. So the Silvias seem to be one of those cars that doesn't provide a huge amount of air blockage, which is fantastic for the drivers. It provides for better racing when you're racing that close together, especially on such a high speed track like Daytona. For the most part, you're pretty wide open on this track. So you were having good battles. I really did think that Pigeons was going to take the race there about midway through the race. That was my prediction. He was just doing all the right things. He was saving his fuel. He was saving those tires. He followed Doug forever and ever and ever in that first stint. But you managed just to find that pace and just stay in the right place at the right time. Doug made a couple mistakes. I gave you the ability to get around him easily without really having to force a battle. Didn't cost any of you guys time, and you were just able to hold it down, of course, with an absolutely epic finish here. Drag race to the finish line with Pigeons there, and I don't know if you know what the distance between you and Pigeons was there, but you just edged them out by about a splitter. It was by about a splitter, so it was very close. I thought he actually had the run, but you found an extra little bit of horsepower right at the start finish line there, and just edged him out. And I had 5 1,000ths on my screen, so yeah, it was quite close. But you know, what a great way to finish the finale, of course, for the season, is having such a great finish. Like I said, from first to third place, I think it was less than 0.3 of a second across the line there. So. You know, just good race, calm. You don't seem to panic too much from what we've seen so far from you, especially in this series and the GT3 series. Even when things don't go your way, you just seem to lock it back in and just focus up, and the end result is the end result. And typically, so far this season, they've been quite good results for you. So
it's podiums most of the time, it seems.
It seems like it's so great pace. Again, just good racecraft and good decision making. Half the time is the key to success in endurance racing. It's not always about being the fastest driver on the racetrack. Obviously, Ibra was fastest on the racetrack in qualifying, only coming in P4. A little bit of a racing incident, but nonetheless, still only coming in P4. We've seen it week in and week out. That pole sitter typically not actually winning the race, and race pace was actually faster than qualifying today, which we typically don't see either. So. It was a bit of a different race here at Daytona. It seemed like as the guys got more laps on the racetrack is kind of when they really started to find that time. Of course, slipstreaming does gain time on the racetrack as well, and there was a lot of slipstreaming in the race here today. So, I mean, huge shout out to Key Tops. Congratulations, man, on winning the finale. Obviously, some good points gained for you. Should definitely lock down a second place finish for you, I think, either way, no matter what happens here for you today. And congratulations nonetheless. You're definitely going to be sitting on podium for the season. So a great season for you, and can't wait to see you next week in a GT3 and to continue the charge for championship over on the GT3 side, as he's doing quite well over there as well, ladies and gentlemen. So
not
racing,
too much of a charge, please.
as Doug's trying to hold him off, ladies and gentlemen. So some familiar faces over the GT3 side of things as well. So don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Just because this series is over doesn't mean the action stops. We're back next weekend with the GT3 series, and we'll have, what is that, round 6, I believe, I think now, coming up as well. Good race coming up. Full grid so far in the GT3 series this season. Has been fantastic racing, so definitely don't want to miss out on that, folks. And same time, same place every Saturday, 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and noon Pacific Standard Time. So congratulations to all of you guys. Shoutouts, Key.
Well, to you, you've done a great job all season long, and even in the GT3 series. It's been great. To all the boys for making it a hard-fought season for this series, and I would think a tire sponsor, but I don't think I have one on this car. So, yeah.
Definitely not on the tires.
Definitely not on the tires. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, congratulations, man, and great race win as always. And can't wait to see you and Doug continue to battle it out in the other championship that we have currently running here. So we'll see you next weekend. All right. Cheers, boys. Speak freely.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes, of course you can.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead, Doug.
I want to say, you know, once again, thanks to everyone. It's been epic. It's been brilliant. Look out for another star on my car, because every championship winner gets to put a star on their car. So it makes 2 for me now. So yeah, no, well chuffed. Thank you to everyone. It's been brilliant. Just wanted to get that in again. It's been amazing. I've really loved it. It's been great fun.
Absolutely, and of course, Doug is one of our amazing admin staff here at the GTRC Club too, folks. So you know, the things that we see on screen, he is a large part of behind the scenes. So huge shout out to you as well, and of course, Hair Razor, who's in the series as well. I believe still in chat. Congratulations to you guys for another successful season as well, and I can't wait to see what you guys bring for the next mini-series. So huge shout out to everybody behind the scenes, because it doesn't happen without them as well. So. All right, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We're going to shut her down here for the viewers here for today, but we'll see you guys next week, and can't wait to see the action. Cheers.
Cheers, Ghost.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there we have it. Again, you know, the guys always have great things to say in the interviews. I like the interviews. The interviews are fun. I really find that the interviews bring a little more personal relationship between, of course, you guys, the viewers, and of course the race car drivers. And the race car drivers really do like to put on the show for you guys. This is why they ask for these to be broadcast, so that fans come in and watch, maybe gain some interest, come in and race. So if you are interested in joining or seeing what's coming up in the future for the GTRC, just drop us a comment below, whether you've been watching on the GTRC YouTube, the GT45 YouTube, or the GT45 Facebook. Just let us know, and we'll hook you up there with the Discord server. We'll get you guys locked in. Again, we still have a GT3 championship running. We'll be back next weekend for that, and that will be again at 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and noon Pacific Standard Time. 60-minute race. Not sure where. I'd have to go look at the schedule. But been a great series so far, and the standings are much closer over there. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that series develops, because we're only getting to about the midway point of the GT3 championship. So we'll keep you guys and gals posted as far as the next mini-series coming and when registration is open and how you can all register. So stay tuned on my socials as well as the GTRC socials for those announcements. And thank you for tuning in for the GTR4 Silvia Championship, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a fantastic series. We do have Doug being our champion. He will be the champion. That we can definitely make official. Second place and third place are still up for grabs. Of course, we did see Keytop get the race win today, but that could be disputed due to a racing incident earlier in the race. We see new driver Pidgeons come in and absolutely just show that he's got what it takes to become a GTRC champion as well. So things are looking fantastic moving forward in the future for the GTRC community. The drivers are pumped, and stay tuned for big announcements coming in the future from the GTRC as well, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host for this evening, GT45 Gaming. I do absolutely appreciate all your support, whether you be on the GTRC channels or the GT45 channels, viewing in week and out. We absolutely love the support. You're absolutely legends for it, and you're the reason why we continue to do this. So thank you very much for being here. Please make sure to hit that like, hit that share, and if you aren't following or a subscriber to the channels, please, if you wouldn't mind, hit that button. Turn on those live notifications so you never miss any more action. And those are just some free things that you can help get the channels to grow and get them out there and let more people know what we're doing over here in the sim racing world. So we appreciate it. Presented by the GTRC community. These events are put together by a group of friends here at the GTRC. They've been doing this for a few years. It started as just a group of buddies getting together and putting on fun races, and it's developed into an esports organization, series, league, and events. So with that being said, again, just stay tuned to the socials. There's announcements coming. There's going to be registrations coming for a new series. So just stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because you guys will get all the information you need as soon as it's available to us here. We love you. We appreciate you. Stay winning. Another great race here by the GTRC guys, and a champion is crowned today with Doug Burrow. So congratulations to Doug, and a great job by all the drivers, reserves, and full-time throughout the series. Absolutely cracking job. Great battles all series long, and can't wait to see what these guys come up with for the next one. So with that being said, we appreciate all the support. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Take care. We'll see you all soon.